Today I am celebrating Unity Day in Burundi, where it's celebrated on this day. And I must admit, as I was looking for festivals that I could celebrate, most of the festivals have kind of made themselves known to me because of wanting to celebrate particular people or particular events and those people tended to be born or to die on a particular day. So they've kind of made themselves. But I did also do some looking around for festivals that would fit, that I felt like celebrating, so that I would have a full 365 days. And when I saw Burundi, I was immediately drawn to including this because Burundi is a place that I feel a certain connection with, despite having never travelled nor having known a great deal about the country. I'm a musician, I'm a drummer, really interested in African music. I was really drawn to the drums of West Africa, of specifically Ghana and Senegal. Their rhythms are unlike anything that we hear in Western music. But Burundi have a flavour of drumming that absolutely captivated me as a younger man, and a thundering, powerful drumming style, which also sounds a little bit like one of those military drum corps where some really heavy rhythm is playing for some inordinate amount of time, and then suddenly and a whole army of drummers all in total harmony seem to be able to play this thing that it's highly orchestrated. It's also somewhat reminiscent of those Japanese taiko drummers. And when I saw that, it awoke my imagination as to what kind of people would play that kind of music and what kind of way of being in their villages and in their peoples would allow for that kind of orchestration. And what I kind of imagined about the country was somewhat broken down as I looked into the reason for Unity Day. Because in fact, Burundi is one of those places, being as it is right next to the Congo and to Rwanda, that has suffered enormously because of the warring that has gone on between different factions. Here I'm in particular talking about, is it the Hutu and the Tutsi, that were the two tribes who ended up involved in this brutal genocide that took place in Rwanda. So Unity Day in Burundi is a deeply poignant event because it is in that country where people who were previously neighbours were massacring each other on account of their tribal affiliation. Now, from what I understand from afar, some pretty incredible things took place in the wake of those massacres, because a system or a practice of reconciliation, truth and reconciliation events took place in those countries, where people, the villages, the communities would have to come together and have a reckoning, to really speak honestly and openly about what happened, for the perpetrators to own up to how they got caught up in this, swept along in this wave of hostility, and for the victims to have their pain heard. Now I'm just a single white man, hundreds and hundreds of miles away from the reality of what went on there, so I don't profess to know whether this was a success, whether or not it achieved peace for those communities. I'm suspecting that because Burundi is still celebrating a Unity Day, they're still clinging on to the possibility of a deeply felt unity. And I'm only using Burundi here as an opportunity to examine what this is, to really unify in the wake of the hurt that we have caused each other as human beings on this planet. Right now in my country, there are warring factions who look primed to begin to hurt each other. God forbid. Because what unifies us is far more prevalent than what distinguishes us from each other. We all have blood in our veins. We all need love, connection. We all need support. We all need food and water and earth and air and all of the elements that contribute to making life a tolerable thing. We need the warmth and the comfort of loved ones. We need a sense of safety that we can walk down the street without fearing reprisal. And I know that the world seems to be profoundly polarized at this time. So let us use this day of Unity Day in Burundi as an opportunity to think about our lives, about how profoundly we can hurt each other as human beings if we don't find that unity that brings us together beneath the difference of the colours of our skins and the shapes of our heads and our faces and where it is that we came from. Because where we're going to, and we are all going to the grave, is by far the greatest unifying force that I can think of. So I'm praying that we can learn to live peacefully together. So today I'm celebrating Unity Day.